This is just a very short lesson on the definition of absolute values. Opposites are two numbers that are the same distance from zero on the number line, but are on opposite sides of zero. So for example, this is 0, and this is our reference point. 7 is 7 spaces away from 0. A -7 is also 7 spaces away. So -7 and 7 are opposites of each other. Now the absolute value of a number is the distance of a value from 0 on the number line, no matter the sign, negative or positive. It says use the number line to find the opposite of 3. Well, 3 is located here, and it's a distance of 3 away from 0. If I'm looking for the opposite of 3, it's just going to be on the other side of that number line, a distance of 3 away from 0, and that is going to be -3. So -3 and 3 are opposites. Example 2, we're going to find the opposite and the absolute values of the following. So look at the absolute value of -2. This means we're looking at the distance from -2 to 0. So the opposite of -2 is going to be 2, because they share the same distance away from 0. And the absolute value of -2 is the distance from a -2 to 0, and that distance is 2. We are 2 spaces away from 0. Lastly, the opposite of 4 is going to be -4, because it shares the same distance away from 0. So the opposite of 4 is -4, and the absolute value of 4 is the distance away from 4 to 0, and that's the distance of 4. So another way you can think about absolute value that is generally easier is if you take the absolute value of any number, is always going to be that same number but positive. So the absolute value of -3 is going to be 3. The absolute value of -100 is going to be 100. The absolute value of 4 is going to be 4. The absolute value of 99 is going to be 99. So that is the general way you can think about this. Instead of just thinking about distances all the time, but this is the correct definition of it. It's determining the distance from a value from 0 on the number line.